Patience is a virtue, and I'm learning patience. It's a tough lesson. Life is too short for long-term grudges. If you're trying to create a company, it's like baking a cake. You have to have all the ingredients in the right proportion. I think there should be regulations on social media to the degree that it negatively affects the public good. I think it matters whether someone has a good heart. I always invest my own money in the companies that I create. I don't believe in the whole thing of just using other people's money. I don't think that's right. I'm not going to ask other people to invest in something if I'm not prepared to do so myself. We're running the most dangerous experiment in history right now, which is to see how much carbon dioxide the atmosphere can handle before there is an environmental catastrophe. Any product that needs a manual to work is broken. I think life on Earth must be about more than just solving problems. It's got to be something inspiring, even if it is vicarious. Brand is just a perception, and perception will match reality over time. Sometimes it will be ahead, other times it will be behind. But brand is simply a collective impression some have about a product. I don't create companies for the sake of creating companies, but to get things done. I think it's very important to have a feedback loop where you're constantly thinking about what you've done and how you could be doing it better. When I was a child, there's one thing I said: I never want to be alone. That's what I would say. I don't want to be alone. You can warm Mars up over time with greenhouse gases. I do love email. Wherever possible, I try to communicate asynchronously. I'm really good at email. I say something, and then it usually happens. Maybe not on schedule, but it usually happens. Man has the power to act as his own destroyer, and that is the way he has acted through most of his history. My vision is for a fully reusable rocket transport system between Earth and Mars that is able to refuel on Mars. This is very important, so you don't have to carry the return fuel when you go there. The utility can handle up to 20% of production from solar, and that helps the grid because it produces electricity when needed. Solar power peaks in the middle of the day, and that's also when air conditioning is running and businesses are operating, so power production matches usage. As you heat the planet up, it's just like boiling a pot. The problem with car dealerships is you've already decided what you want to buy before you even go there, and you're really just going there to talk through some annoying negotiation. I've actually not read any books on time management. I had so many people try to talk me out of starting a rocket company, it was crazy. I had so many people try to talk me out of starting a rocket company, it was crazy. It is theoretically possible to warp space-time itself, so you're not actually moving faster than the speed of light, but it's actually space that's moving. You need to live in a dome initially, but over time you could terraform Mars to look like Earth and eventually walk around outside without anything on. So it's a fixer-upper of a planet. I do think there should be some regulations on AI. Over time, I think we will probably see a closer merger of biological intelligence and digital intelligence. There have only been about a half dozen genuinely important events in the 4 billion-year saga of life on Earth: single-celled life, multicelled life, differentiation into plants and animals, movement of animals from water to land, and the advent of mammals and consciousness. America is the spirit of human exploration distilled. Land on Mars, a round-trip ticket, $500,000. It can be done. I've actually made a prediction that within 30 years a majority of new cars made in the United States will be electric. And I don't mean hybrid, I mean fully electric. My opinion is it's a bridge too far to go to fully autonomous cars. If you want to grow a giant redwood, you need to make sure the seeds are okay, nurture the sapling, and work out what might potentially stop it from growing all the way along. Anything that breaks it at any point stops that growth. I wouldn't say I have a lack of fear. In fact, I'd like my fear emotion to be less because it's very distracting and fries my nervous system. The key to making things affordable is design and technology improvements, as well as scale.